my news, and of course, have to sit and wait and let some people get on the conversation, get notified, and join in. It'll be more fun if I had someone here chatting with me. I have something exciting to share, something that's been in the works for a bit, and I'm ready to launch finally. And so it's just been a minute that I've been on here, and I'll just chat with myself for the time being. Hope y'all are enjoying this lovely, lovely day in Middle Tennessee. It's beautiful outside. Oh, Susan's here. Hey, Susan. Yay, my faithful friend. I can count on you to show up for me. Oh, Kat's here. And April, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you join in. Can you see and hear me okay? Because I have no idea. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Anybody out there? And so obviously you can see that I'm live, so that's a good thing. Um, Susan, Kat, April, are you seeing and hearing me okay? Audio, video, anything cooperating? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, there's more. I have to scroll down. Woohoo. Okay. Oh, Nicole, hello. Kate, welcome. Oh, thank you, Susan. It's amazing what makeup can do. Awesome. Getting a few people in here. So I'll give it a couple more minutes and just so, kind of build up to the announcement. I always feel weird doing these things. Hey, Melinda. Glad y'all can see and hear me well. Um, got my office set up and my lighting sort of okay. More makeup. Never do that. Um, so hope everything's good out there in pandemic land, Corona land. What are we calling it these days? Um, Crazy times for sure. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking forward to getting into a normal flow again. Semi-normal, of course, it'll be different. Um, but am making the most of technology wherever I can. Um, and this new thing I'm doing is part of just shifting gears and realizing there's different ways to do things. So before I jump in, and again, as I'm waiting for a few more people to come on, I don't know how many people will, but we'll give it a couple of minutes. Do you all know that the evidence-based birth authored book by Rebecca Decker, Babies Are Not Pizzas, which you see behind me on my bookshelf. The ebook version of that is free to download for the next few days through May 9th, I think it is. And if you remember, I started up a book club um, earlier in March, and then we got a couple of weeks into it, and then the pandemic chaos began and everyone got kind of overwhelmed with doing Zoom calls, and they're like, I don't want to get on another Zoom call. There's not one more thing that I want to do, nor can I concentrate to read a book. So I decided to just shelf it for the time being. And a number of people had already bought their books, but if you have not yet read it, whether you plan to join my book club or not, definitely get Babies Are Not Pizzas. They're born, not delivered. While it is free, to get the ebook version of that is an awesome read. You will not be disappointed, I promise. But yeah, I think that's just for the next couple of days through the weekend that's available. So take advantage of it for sure. Tell your friends, especially the friends who maybe have not yet kind of tapped into what is evidence-based care and having options and choices for their birth. It's a really good intro to all of that. It's a wonderful story. So, okay, well, we're 5 minutes in, and looks like who's going to be here is here. So I will just go ahead and tell you what's going on. So, um, I have been doing birth work for about 20 years now, and on and off over the years, of course, I've had people who I I did some training with and would kind of guide them along in their work, and always have set out to try to be as encouraging and supportive as I can with newer birth workers, knowing that there wasn't that much of that available to me when I got started, and figuring out just how do I go about doing something a little bit more organized is a challenge. There's only one of me, and I can only be in so many places at once. I've occasionally had new doulas shadow me at births and things like that, and it's just very difficult to coordinate. But there's so much information that is available to share. So, dun, 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 my announcement is that I am launching a mentorship program for birth workers, and this is not exclusive to doulas. It really is for anyone involved in birth work, because there's a lot of overlap in the knowledge that is beneficial as we grow and develop our businesses and support one another. There's definitely a benefit to having crossover training where doulas and childbirth educators and you know, even midwifery assistants and students and nurses and such, even we all can really influence each other. Although certainly I imagine there will be mostly new and growing doulas who are going to join into this program, and it is completely online. Yay! as as most things are these days, but it's not just because of the times that we're in. It's just more for accessibility and being able to connect readily with people. So I don't know if I'm able to do this. It says, thank you, Nicole. Um, it says that I think I can do a screen share. Maybe I can't. I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it. So, but if you go to my website, expectingnewlife.com, I have a new page under the professional services. It's a mentorship program. And I have developed this such that there's multiple ways to be involved, because not everyone's going to be really ready to or have the time to devote themselves into the full program. So there's 3 different levels. One is what I call the round table. And so this will be a private group where there will be ongoing active discussion talking about all elements of birth work. It will be led and moderated by me, but it will be, open discussion where everybody can participate and get that expert input, expert advice, that perspective, and growing from each other. Because if there's one thing I've learned in all the years I've been doing this, is that there's always something more to learn. I'm a forever student. I am constantly pursuing learning and understanding and growing in my field. And that's a passion of mine. And I hope to translate that passion over to others. Oh, thank you, Kate. I hope too much of it didn't get lost. So multiple levels to participate. The base level is the roundtable, joining the private group, getting in on me, popping in with Facebook Lives, very probably like kind of ranting over current topics and things that pop up, and giving my perspective and giving you things to think about. There'll be more to that, but I'm just hitting the highlights. The next level is the inner circle. And with the inner circle, you'll be in the group, but then you'll also get to take advantage of some more private conversations where I'll do some webinars with just that group each month and do some training, more of kind of freestyle training, if you will, but getting into some Q&A and discussion, and adding to that layer of mentoring where it gets to be a little bit more direct access to me versus just this big group conversation that I'm leading and guiding. So that's the inner circle. And then the next level is the VIP. And this is where you're really wanting to get into wanting to have some one-on-one with me to guide you through getting developed in your birth work. And I'll stop here and say right now that this isn't limited to people who are like brand new. You could be, 5, 10 or more years into birth work and really feel like you want to step into a mentoring relationship to take your work to a different level or cultivate things, maybe work through some burnout, maybe work through some issues just with being in the field for a period of time uh, so that you can continue. The burnout turnover rate in birth work is very, very short, easily, 3 years or less in a lot of cases. I think it's getting better because we have better support and people are lasting longer because we have the benefits of social networking and some structure that didn't exist when I started out many years ago. But it still is a high turnover. And so to learn the tools you need to be able to stay in this, to continue as a birth worker, to thrive, to know what you can do to make your business, your career unique to you, to do the things that are your passion and your heart, and how to really refine that. There's some thoughts out in the birth world of you've got to be everyone should be a doula to everyone, and I don't agree with that because we are all individuals, and yes, we're open to connecting with all sorts of people, but you need to find out where's your heart, what's your niche, and how can you be your best. And if we try to just be chameleons and try to just adapt to being what everyone needs out there, we're not going to be able to cultivate and thrive in our best selves. So there'll be some of that personal development kind of stuff thrown in there. Yes, Brittany, the balancing work and motherhood, balancing work and the rest of your life. If you, like me, have other work endeavors besides birth work and trying to do all those things, it can be tricky. And we sometimes put too much on ourselves and don't have the tools to know how to kind of make this, more doable. So that VIP level, it's not just that one-on-one. You'll get one-on-one time with me each month. And on my website, it's broken down in much more detail. But the VIP, you'll get access to me. So like if you're at a birth with a client and you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what to do, you can call me. You can, reach out to me, and I'll, be like the, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the phone a friend lifeline. I'll be accessible to you for that. I'll be accessible to help you debrief after a birth and process kind of what happened and, what maybe you could have done differently, if anything, but just trying to work through that. And that's a big part of avoiding burnout, is having someone who you can work through these things with afterwards, so that you don't just keep carrying, all this from one birth to the next. But another big piece that I'm so excited about with the VIP level is that you will be enrolled in the evidence-based birth higher ed program. And this is a private access a website, a student dashboard, where there are multiple educational modules and advanced courses and interviews and things that we'll be working through together. So we have, this key content. I think it's, let's see if I can tell you real quick. So there's 18 modules and 6 advanced courses, 7 expert interviews, plus you'll have access to all of the evidence-based birth signature articles. You'll have quizzes on the content. We'll have group discussions on the content. The VIP level, we'll have our own private Zoom calls and discussions as you work through these courses. So this is a whole nother level of continuing education, where we'll really get specific to understanding what is doula work all about? What is birth work? What are, things that you're going to be communicating to your clients, I want you to have a fantastic foundation of knowledge and to be able to talk that through with me, so that you understand what you're then communicating to your clients. So it's a whole nother level of benefit that comes within that VIP. Um, and so let's see if there's anything that I missed. Let me scooch over to that page. Um, with the inner circle level, you too will have access to me for private support, but it'll be just via email. So it's not that immediate getting on the phone kind of thing that the VIP group will have. You'll get discounts on some of my workshops that I teach, the Savvy Birth Pro. And if you wanted to audit the childbirth class with me, I'll give you a discount on my auditor fee if you're in that inner circle. You also get to vote. So I'll be doing live streams and with the big group, with the roundtable, and I'll be doing Zoom calls with the inner circle, and you'll get to vote on the topics that I'm gonna discuss in those groups. So you get to have a say, kind of where we're going with things. The let's see, the VIP, you'll get a monthly 1-hour VIP group mentoring call, as well as your own private 1-hour mentoring call each month. So there's some other bonuses. In the roundtable, I'll be not only talking about just birth work in general, but some of the technical side. One of the things that I do in addition to this is I do website design. And so I've built and cultivated my own website, which you can view. And I'll be sharing my tips on, how to get your own website going, how to get your web presence, some tips and tools, just sharing what I've found and what's made my life a bit easier. I'm happy to share those resources with you and, be able to pass those things on. So there's multiple levels of engagement. It is a subscription-based service, but you can choose to pay monthly, or you can pay at 6-month or 12-month intervals. It is a 6-month or 12-month commitment when you join. So I want you to be able to spend enough time in the group to really get what you want out of it. Of course, as we're launching, it will be small to start and then it will grow. So just knowing that as we get off the ground, it will be, kind of getting the momentum going, getting things moving. So questions so far? Is anybody still here? I'm 18 minutes into this thing. I don't know if anyone is still listening. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment. But please do go over to my website. It's expectingnewlife.com /mentoring-program. And again, if you just click on professional services in the menu, it'll be under there that you can quickly get to it. So the as of today, which is our launch day in May of 2020, the roundtable, if you are paying on a monthly level, the roundtable level is $7 a month. The inner circle is $37 a month, and the VIP is $97 a month. And again, you can subscribe for either 6 or 12 months with that. And that's set up on auto pay. And you also have the option to join for either 6 or 12 months paying in full upon enrollment. And with that, you will have some savings. And so those are all around on the website. But sorry, I got messages popping up on the side. So for 6 months, roundtable, if you're paying full, it's $35. Inner circle is $200. VIP is $500. For 12 months, the roundtable is $70. Inner circle is $400, and VIP is $1,000. And those are discounts over if you're just paying month by month. So I promise you will get way more than what you paid for. I pour myself into whatever I do, heart and soul. So I'm hoping that it's something that you're going to be interested in, excited about, and we're just going to take off from here and see where it goes. And I'm, at the point in my career that if this launches and it takes off and lots of people are interested and engaged, great. If I put it out there and no one is interested and no one signs up, great. It can go either way for me. But I do believe I have a lot of value that I bring to the table. I've, started into birth work. Uh, gosh, 1997 is when it first all started for me, uh, going down this rabbit hole, and officially launched in my birth work as what I consider the launch of my business